Hello everyone, as you can tell I am standing at South Oak Street and Neff's Way. And where at? Well, it's San Angelo, Texas. I'm at the River Plaza parking lot. We are going to go take an adventure on a Riverwalk. The parking lot is a small parking lot, is right across from the Farm and Ranch Museum. This is Sunday, it's not open today. So, I thought we would take a little adventure. The Riverwalk is down there, and like I say, there's a small parking lot here, and I'll be walking down to a location where there should be more parking available in case this is filled up or you just simply don't want to park here. I'm not going to take you through the whole journey, but I hope to find some highlights, and I'll share them with you as I discover them. So let's head on down to the Concho River, which runs through San Angelo. I know that wind's a little bit gusty. I hope it doesn't act too awfully bad. I'm standing underneath a bridge. There's traffic going overhead. That probably adds a little bit of noise as well. But I just wanted to stop and show you that there are some helpful things along this Riverwalk trail. There is some information on this board regarding the nature and other sites that you will see along the way, and it has a historic picture of the downtown area of San Angelo. And we're not too far away from that. We're within walking distance. Actually, I hope to take a walk in that area at some point. I'll be here all week long, and this informational board right here goes a little bit more into the history of San Angelo. We will continue walking along towards the city park. I just wanted to point out that there is water available. This is in West Texas. Water is a necessary thing to have during the summertime because it gets really hot and it's really dry weather. So either bring your own water or nourishment, or come to a place where it is provided. Let's see if it actually works, okay? Hey, it does work. There's a kitty fountain as well. All right. We're good to go. Let's head towards City Park. Here's a bit more information about the history of the Concho River and San Angelo and how the river has been improved as an aid to civic adornment. This is a plaque that has been presented to the City of Ssn Angelo by the J. Willis Johnson Foundation back in 1931. Like I said, West Texas is a semi-arid desert area. There are tons of cacti everywhere. A lot of the plants here are all thorny. And it was a harsh environment, I am sure, back in the 1800s. Oh, you know what? I think there's a blue heron over here. Sure is. That was mentioned on the nature placard I pointed out earlier. But here is the dam itself with a small spillway. Let's take a look at this spillway. Now there you can see the actual flow of the Concho River. However, there is still a lot of water in the riverbed. That's simply because of these dams, much like San Antonio has done. It provides more water, more semi-flowing water. And kind of keep the water a little bit fresh. You can tell this is really green, so it doesn't move that quickly. But I'll tell you what, it's about 91 degrees this afternoon, and this is in the beginning of April, and it feels kind of cool with this breeze. Standing right here with this great old tree. As you can tell, it's not dead, but spring has not yet sprung. on some species of plants. A little bit too early for that. And here's a whole grove of trees the same way. Alright, let's keep going. I've already been seeing some other interesting sights. There's the back of the Farm and Ranch Museum over there. Zoom in a little bit, just so you can keep your bearings. See what's coming up. We'll take a closer look at that. There are a couple of really nice bronze sculptures in this little area here along the Riverwalk. The first Americans that inhabited this territory were primarily Comanche and Apache Indians. So I guess this is a tribute to them. There is no plaque or anything. Very well done. Got a wild turkey slung on his back there. Get a little bit closer. And of course we've got the iconic cactus. Prickly pear cactus, I should say. Another nice little fountain here. You probably get a little bit of water to splash on your face if you get too hot. Wet your bandana, stick around your neck. And the next settlers to come along to this area were primarily the Spanish, and of course they brought their Catholic religion with them. Somebody stuck some plastic flowers in the nun's hand there. And unlike that small grove of trees we looked at earlier, which I suspect is probably black locust, I didn't look closely at them, these are live oak trees, which are found throughout the southern United States. I don't know if they're native or if they were planted. I have no information on that. And I'm standing in what is essentially a storm drainage culvert, which dumps into the Concho River. I guess that's how they capture quite a bit of water that doesn't actually come down the Concho River during the wet seasons. Being early spring, don't have much rain available in this part of the country, so there's not going to be much natural water flow on the river. We'll continue going. Way in the distance there we've got the city park. It's on the tourism list on Google Maps for San Angelo, so we'll take a look at that. Well, the downtown city park doesn't look like it has a whole lot of things of interest, but it is close to the downtown area. It does have that, it has a few shade trees and of course that covered pavilion area. And if you got kids, too much energy, put them on the playground over there. I'll head on back to where we started. We're close to it anyway. And as we head back the way we came, I failed to point out the much larger parking lot if you want to come down to this area. Visit the river a little bit. Now, I could have gone further. There are miles and miles and miles of sidewalk trails that follow the Concho River through San Angelo. This parking lot is once again right behind the Farm and Ranch Museum. So, glad I got to see the city park. There are much more interesting areas, I think, as we head further west on this trail. And right beside that plaque, you can actually go down to the river level. Walk along there for a way. And I just noticed that there's a fellow and his young daughter that are apparently fishing underneath that bridge we started out at. Good location, at least for shade. Staying cool. Alright, so now we are back pretty close to where we started. As I zoom in over there, you can see the scouts still sitting there waiting on me. I tried to put him underneath the shade. But this is pretty cool here. Listen to that sound of rushing water if I shut up. And it runs right down into the river, where that fella and his daughter are doing some fishing. I'll bet that using that water fountain and these rocks to mix in oxygen with the water helps to oxygenate the water a little bit, so those fish have a bit easier time breathing, especially when the water temperature goes way up. But there's where we're headed next. We're going to go across this little causeway across the river here. There's more interesting stuff across there. I wish I saw more city parks that had facilities like this. There you go, dog owners. You get the hint? And here is another little bronze plaque. And it belongs to this bronze sculpture. It's sitting out in the middle of the water there. Pearl of the Conchos, so she goes by. That's that little causeway I just walked across. I did stop and talk to some people who were fishing and asked them tons of questions. There's actually this sign right along the river here, which I found out from this sign is actually called the Oak Street Lake. And it talks a little bit about the channel cats that are in there, and rainbow trout, which it says are mostly cold water fish, but Texas Department of Wildlife, and they restock these lakes every couple of weeks or so until early March. So they stopped stocking them, and I don't know if they've all been fished out or not. You do need to have a Texas fishing license. It is issued by the Texas Parks and Wildlife. And mainly the fisher people that I talk to mostly come out for recreation. They catch and release primarily. Attitude was, I don't think it's real healthy to eat the fish that come out of these lakes like this. Just to the south of the little Oak Street Lake, you can see that there is a water park, and as I pan over to the left, there is an art museum. I'm not going to take the time to walk out there, as I say. Just let you know they're there. If you come, look it up on Google Maps, you can find out about it. And just across the lake, there's a very large water fountain over there. Doing a great job of reoxygenating the water out here. That's pretty close to that small parking lot where Scout's sitting at. Let's continue on a little bit further. And also close to the art museum, and next to the little lake there's an amphitheater. And I've had to shoot through the fence. You can see this is all blocked off, probably to keep people from accessing electrical outlets to charge up their cell phones and such, huh? So look for some outdoor concerts various times of the year. Alright, so now we're at a place that I can cross over the river and the lake system here in Ssn Angelo. And it goes on and on and on. There are sidewalks on both sides here. I'm not going to take the time to take you down there. But as I'm crossing, I notice that there is another small type of a dam that goes underneath this bridge. And as you can tell, there's water flowing all around the circumference of this. Looks like there's also a sluice gate where water below this level can be let through, probably to maintain the surface of this lake over here. Pure speculation, don't quote me, educate me. Put your comments down below. Here's another attraction that you will see listed on Google Maps, which says it is temporarily closed, but thank goodness there are restrooms right beside here, so if you need to go, now you know where to go. The listing said that there were gardens and stuff in this area. I don't see that, but I do see some ground laid out maybe for washer pitching. Yep. You can see there's some pipe in the ground. And there's a few picnic tables and places to cook, barbecue. And over here is a small miniature golf area. So maybe this is a commercial area at one time. I don't know. Keep an eye on it. See what's going on. I guess that's a real truck. I think it's covered in tile. Yeah. It's covered in ceramic tile. Look at that. Everywhere. Okay, we are still continuing to head east on the north side of this Oak Street Lake. I forget what it was now. I just wanted to show you that this is an improved way to get down to the water level. No dirt. Big rocks, but you don't have to step over them, you step on them. And coming up on another fountain, waterfall situation. I thought maybe I could walk across there, but evidently not. Too large. Let me see if I can walk up this thing while holding the camera. Give you a little bit better view. Water flows right down through these channels here. Very interesting. There's another area that used to be a commercial operation called the Grove. Alright, here maybe I should show you. I can barely see it. So keep your eyes opening for this place to open up again, I guess. Maybe this is where the plants were. Let's see a few examples out here. There's not much to look at now. I'm sure glad they put lots of small shade trees in out though. Picnic tables. Place you can sit, relax, enjoy yourselves. Alright, this is an interesting installation. It combines art and music, I believe. Visual arts, I should say, and music. I believe this contraption down here, it looks like an exhaust header system. Haven't really figured it out, other than to think, well, maybe the kids can shout something down in the pipes down below. You can see how they're our openings there. Maybe they can holler down there and see what they sound like over the longer pipes. Some of you folks from Ssn Angelo that have been here when this was first set up know more about this. I think these are something like wind chimes. I'm not sure about that either. These could all be percussion things, I don't know. But this galvanized piping that is stuck up in between here, I suspect had some mallets or something attached to them, because there is one example over here where there is a mallet. So let's try this out. Got it? And then the last instrument I would say is something that looks like a steel drum. They have cut some sections into this. Let's try tapping it. You do get different notes. I'm not musically inclined. It's not my fault, it's my parents. They didn't give me any of those genes. All right, let's continue, see what else we can find. Oh, and another thing, these walls have been painted black, I guess, with a like chalkboard type paint. So people are encouraged to add their own visual arts and behind the musical arts. How's that? And now we are fairly close to where we started. You can see there's that little causeway over there over the lake where we found the mermaid sculpture. Way over there. Sorry, I don't mean to make you dizzy. And there's another place where you can get close to the water. However, you're going to have to, let's see if this will work. Reach down about 2.5 feet. The way is down there. And coming up is the waterfall I showed you from across the lake earlier. Waterfall fountain. And of course that's right across from the amphitheater, art museum, and the water park over there. Let's head up these steps. And I believe that they are continuing to improve this area, because there is a large wall under construction over there. A lot of construction materials. But then too, it could be that the church here is expanding. There's church parking over there, right next door to the small parking area where Scout is starting to feel lonely. Now we are at the top of the fountain, waterfall area. Several different drops to get down into the lake area. Water plants growing along beside last year's growth. And if I'm not mistaken, I would say those are pin oaks that are planted to the side there. Once again, another real grassy area that has not been developed. It's probably a good thing. If you've ever been to the San Antonio Riverwalk, that thing has been really overdeveloped, in my opinion. Lots of bars, restaurants, places to shop, spend your money, spend your money, spend your money. I think what I'm looking for right now is something like this. Something in the shade to help me relax for a bit. Spend some time in relaxation. Dead end to nowhere. Look at this. It appears there was a miniature railroad line here at one time. Isn't that interesting? Have absolutely no explanation. Does it keep on going? Nope. Not at all. I know. Sun's in the wrong place.